Editing Kiara here. Before y'all start the video, I'm just finna let y'all know I'm finna ramble. So if y'all don't really care for the rambling and the going off topic, and it's not really going off topic, but like jumping from different parts of the movie back to where it needs to be, just give me a like, comment, a little thumbs up, or something, a smiley emoji, and y'all can have back the rest of y'all day, because I'm a ramble. So just letting y'all know that. So just, if y'all mess with it, okay, cool, keep watching. But if y'all don't, like I said, drop a like, drop a little thumbs up, and keep it pushing. All right? Thank y'all. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kiara, and I am back with another video. And I know it's been a minute. Get off my back. This is a video I have not made in a pretty long time, mind you. I've watched a lot of movies from my last movie review, but just getting in front of the camera and reviewing it, like letting y'all know what I thought about it, I don't know, man. It just didn't. I don't know. But we back, and I'm giving you a movie review on a movie that has went crazy. As y'all can tell by this title, it's Sinners by Ryan Coogler, who's also done Creed and I think Wakanda Forever and what's the name of that? What's the name of that movie that I've watched it before? Something Station. What's it called? Fruitville Station. Yeah. So boom. So Ryan Coogler and the main protagonist, well, he's really not. He's more the main character, Michael B. Jordan. Anywho, it's basically when I saw the trailer like months back, like months back, and I'm like, okay, and you could tell it was based in way back times type stuff. So I was like, okay, and I heard like the old music, the way they was talking, their accent and things like that. I said, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So once it finally came out in the movie theaters, I promise you, it came out on Thursday. Friday morning, people was talking about it. I'm like, give us a second. I had to work yesterday. Can y'all give us a second to watch the movie before y'all go crazy about it? So it came out that Thursday. Me and my mom went to go watch it Monday because it was a holiday. It was a holiday. What holiday was it? Oh God. Anyway, it was a holiday that Monday. So me and my mom went to go watch it that Monday at the movie theater. I wish somebody would have told me don't watch this with a parent because, babes. Long intro, my bad. It's been a minute. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. Spoiler. All the movie reviews I do are spoilers. So if you ain't watched it, which, why haven't you? Go ahead and click off if you don't want to get spoiled. So I don't do spoiler free videos because I can't do that. So before we get into it, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share all that, because I know y'all want to support your girl. And without further ado, let's get into this movie review. All right, so the movie starts out with a monologue of like past ancient deities. And they include Hanks, they include vampires, they include ghosts, blase. And then it actually starts out with the beginning of the movie with, I think the boy's name is Sammy. The boy's name is Sammy on the movie. But the actor's name is Miles Caton, or I don't know how to spell it. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say it, but I'm sorry. He driving up to a church. They singing. He walk in. Somebody else's name. Long story short, the pastor is the boy's father. And Sammy has like marks on his face. And as he's walking up to the pulpit, he's having flashbacks of what happened apparently the night prior. So the dad was like, put the guitar down, like leave that alone, like. And then before we find out what he chooses to do, we flash back literally the day before. All this happens in the span of 24 hours. Killed me. So I'm gonna try to speed through this and make it as short as possible. So it starts out with the camera pans down to Michael B. Jordan. And then as right behind him, you kind of see another person, which finds out to be twins. So Michael B. Jordan had to play two characters. So one twin's name is Smoke. One twin name is Stack. Smoke is blue, Stack is red, and it's other videos that explain the double meanings behind the colors and the different personalities and blah 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 blah. So the twins are waiting to meet up with this white man who is selling him a shack or like a barn and whatever. And the white man, I ain't gonna say it was a stupid question, but like, come on now, you got eyes. He was basically like, are y'all twins? And Stack was like, nah, we cousins. And it was just like, you asked a stupid question, so we're gonna give you a stupid answer. So they go in, they look around, see if it's a good fit, blase blase. The white man like, what you want with this place, yada yada yada. And you thought like the twins was about to jump this man, but he didn't. They paid in full, because I think Smoke said, I don't want to buy this and y'all come back and try to burn it down. He was like, oh, I'm not going to do that, blah, 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 blah. And then he leaves, and one of the twins asks, we don't want none of your clan, you and your clansmen coming down here starting no trouble. And the man gonna talk about the clan doesn't exist anymore. And I'm like, baby, it's 1931. What are you talking about? The clan's still going on to this day.
To this day.
So what are you even talking about? The clan don't exist, babes. Anyway, so I want to say after that, it pans over to church. Was it church? It's either church where they go pick up Sammy or they go downtown. It's down. I think I'm gonna tell about both places. So one scene, they go pick up Samuel, who's talking to his father about wanting to, perform and things like that. He want to go down to the juke joint and have fun and this, and his father was like, that place is full of sin, you don't want nothing to do with that. And Samuel was like, yeah, whatever. And then the twins pick up Sammy and take him to the juke joint. Yeah. So the juke joint, the Sammy was sick, and they go downtown and meet up with I wouldn't say they're friends, but they're acquaintances maybe. I know Grace was the one who was providing the fish for the juke joint, things of that nature. And I forgot what her husband was going to be providing. Okay, Bo was the guy, and then Grace was his wife. And so, was it Smoke who was doing all this? Smoke was getting all this stuff together. They brought in some wine and some beer. Long story short, they stole all this stuff. Smoke and Stack went to Chicago or Detroit, one of them, and they was hustlers. They was gangsters. They was gamblers. They stole all this stuff. So, yeah, they coming in here. That's why I remember why I can't do movie reviews. I'm going all over the place. So, after the twins get everything they need for the juke joint, they have a few hours to get everything up and running. Then we flash to a different scene where this man looks like he fell out the sky and he's smoking. He ran up to this house and this family lets him in reluctantly because he was like, you with them Indians? And he was like, no, this and that. Whole time this man a vampire, and they let him in. And then the Native Americans who was looking for him whole time, they're vampire hunters or something along those lines. They was like, listen, if you let somebody in, you're in grave danger. That woman said, well, you can go on. Ain't nobody here, ain't nobody been here. You can go on about your day. And he was like, say less. And we gone. And then she goes, checks on her husband. Her husband is now bit. Guy's name is Remick. He's the big time vampire who's doing all these things. Then just makes sense for her to get bit. So flashback to the juke joint. They're bootlegging Power. Smoke go find his old lady, Annie, who we find out was the mother of his child who passed away as an infant. And they catch up on old times. And then Stack and Sammy go to the train depot to find Delta Slim, which is played by Daryl Lindo, who he's a good ass harmonica player. And Sammy got his guitar, so they was like, listen, I pay you this much, you perform my juke joint tonight. And Delta was like, bet. Then as time goes by, they still hanging out at the depot. Sammy spots a white woman, which is actually mixed, named Mary. Mary walked right up to he walked up to Stack and was like, why I haven't heard from you, this and that. He was like, and she was like, you said you love me. He was like, and I told you to get away from me as well, but I guess you didn't hear that. And she was like, yeah, I heard you, but you did this, and you did this. I thought you changed your mind. Yeah, cause don't play, like, don't act like you just won. I'm talking about in it, and now you telling me you hate me? Crazy. So they going back and forth, and then Sammy, while he, doing whatever, he spots this woman named Pearline who married. All these women married and want these chocolate men's, these young men's, these men's ain't got no business being with, and it was just the whole thing. So yeah. Sammy invites Pearline to the juke joint. I don't think Mary was invited. She just showed up. Anywho, fast forward to the juke joint. Everybody up in the Cornbread in there. Cornbread is, I wouldn't say a friend of the twins, but yeah. But they asked him to be the bodyguard, the bouncer, if you will, of the juke joint, taking money and letting everybody in, whatever. And so, come in, go to the juke joint, everybody cooking, having a good old time, dancing, singing. Sammy plays this song and it brings the attention to Remick, who finds the juke joint. They trying to get in. They like, nah, you can't get in. And this is a back and forth. They played this old timey song that was kind of good, kind of sorta. And they leave and they go off. They were like, all right, well, if you change your mind, we'll be here. Blase blase. Mary come, find Stack. They, do what they do. And so this is where the movie gets from a period piece to supernatural. So Mary get beat. Long story short, Mary tries to go outside and see if the white folks is cool. They end up getting beat. She end up getting beat. She come back in. She seduces Stack. They get it. They start, talking and whatever. And she started drooling. He was like, is that drool? And she was like, you want some? You want some? So they in there hunching, whatever. And then that's when the Cornbread gotta go pee. Why you go 15 minutes away to go pee? He get beat, try to come back. Mary done bit Stack. Stack dead for a little bit. Mary take off. Stack comes back alive as a vampire. They lock him in the room. Now everybody gotta evacuate because Stack just got bit and he dead. All the people who left apparently got bit by the vampire. Now they all vampires outside chilling. Then this was Cornbread come back try to get back in. He was like, "You're not gonna let me in because vampires need permission to come in, need to be invited in before they can come in." They like, "Nah, you ain't coming in. Your big ass didn't have to come in the last time. Why you need an invitation this time?" All this going on. Now people like because Annie is the hoodoo lady of the group. She's like, "These ain't haints. These is vampires." And so they was like, everybody eat some garlic. Perlene came. Remember Perlene that Sammy wanted? Sammy ate her cootie cat, and now she in love and stuff. Cause Stack taught Sammy how to eat coochie, cause whatever. Anyway, so about 8 people, 9 people, y'all gotta eat garlic. Bo went out to get the truck because they was gonna leave. Bo ended up getting beat. Now Grace is mad because like my man beat now. What do I do? We got a daughter, this and that. And while they're coming up with a plan, the vampires out there getting jiggy with it, having a whole bonfire, a trail ride, and everything else outside, putting boots on the ground. And they inside trying to figure out what to do. Grace was very upset about her husband and her daughter. She got to get home to her children. So she ends up letting the vampires in. That's when the whole brawl comes out. Stack bites Annie, which is his brother's woman. Annie made Smoke promise, if I get bit, you kill me. So Smoke has to kill Annie, and that's what upsets Mary, because I'm guessing Mary and Annie were cool, I guess. So when Smoke stabs Annie, Mary gets upset and she runs away. Stack and Smoke are now rumbling. At first, it looked like Stack got the best of Smoke, but Smoke got the best of Stack. Cool. And then Sammy runs off. Remick finds Sammy. Look like Sammy about to get beat. Sammy starts doing the Lord's Prayer. It ain't doing nothing because everybody knows the Lord's Prayer. The devil knows the Lord's Prayer. And somehow, some way, Smoke makes a deal with Stack, and Stack goes. You think Stack dead, but Stack is still alive. What else? Sammy uses the guitar that he got from Stack, actually, which Stack got it from his dad. Stack hits Remick over the head with the guitar, which has a little metal blade in it. So the blade goes like this into Remick's head. It stuns him for a minute, gives Smoke time to stab Remick in the heart from the back. Sun comes up. All the vampires die because you can't stay out past sunrise. And then Smoke tells Sammy go home. Then Smoke knew them white Klansmen was coming back for that barn and kill all these N-words. And so Smoke basically kills them all. He took them all out by himself. Could stop playing with him. Forgot to tell y'all, both twins was in World War I. So they had military training. So Smoke cleared them all out. And in the process, Smoke gets shot. He's bleeding out. He's seeing Annie and their deceased child. He's like, oh my God, I missed y'all. Like, he can now be with his family. So he bleeds out. He dies. It's understood. All the white men, they did. And then this is where we go back to the beginning of the movie where Sam comes up to the church. His dad let that life go, come to church. Sammy F now. He leaves and he takes the guitar with him and he goes to wherever he goes to start a new life. Then you think that's the end. You have a mid-credit scene where Sammy is now older. He's been playing in bars and juke joints and concerts. He's very famous and his life has been good for the most part. And then this was in the 90s, mind you. Beginning with the 30s, this is the 90s. So he's lived a life, and somebody wants to come in. He invites him in. It is Stack and Mary, who are still alive. They're still kicking, and they still look as young as they did back in the 30s. Sammy was like, it's been a minute. How you been? Stack was like, I just want to hear you play live. I got all your records. I just want to hear you play live. And so he plays him a song, and Stack was like, whenever you ready, just hit me up. Cause like I said, Smoke made a deal with Stack, and the deal was leave Sammy alone, basically. And Sammy was like, I still have nightmares every now and then about that night, but those few hours before the whole thing went down were the best hours of my life, this and that. And then him and Stack and Mary leave. And that was the end of that. And then the end credit scene was young Sammy at his father's church playing This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine. And then that was the end of the movie. Give it a 9 out of 10 because it was a whole lot going on. I ain't gonna hold you. I was low-key distracted for some reason. I don't know, but I got the gist of most of it, so I can remember most of it. But even if I had it had all my attention, it would still be choppy. Just not as choppy as this. But nevertheless, it was really good. Loved it. 9 out of 10. Would go again, but not on my dime. Yeah. Really good. I tried to get as many of the characters and actors' names in there as I could. I'm not breaking down no meanings, no backstories, no none of that, because that's not what I'm here for. I am for a review and a review only. So, yeah, that was Sinners. If y'all ain't watched it yet, what are you doing? It's been about a month. Jesus. And, yeah. This ain't the first time I watched a movie like this with my mom, and it won't be the last. But I just wish y'all would put like a warning on the movie, like watch by yourself. Don't watch with a parent. Don't watch with a child. Like, cause it was too much. It was too much freaky going on. I was like, my goodness. And I'm glad it was okay. Anyway, I don't know where that last video stopped, but I think it was right before my outro. But yeah, y'all, if y'all like this movie review, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. Because I know y'all want to support your girl. And like I always say, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.